Hi everyone, how you doing? I just saw this tweet about Filament version 4. Can't wait for that to come out. Apparently, we have a new after state updated JS that we can enabling state updates on the client side using JavaScript. It's gonna be awesome. So how is everyone doing? Thank you for joining me again on Friday. We are going to continue working on this Kanban board of ours. Let me just close a few things here and let's get ready. Especially if the PHP version is wrong. All right, so last week we introduced, hi the penguin, how you doing? Thank you for being here. So nice for you to show up. Appreciate you, I really do. So we have login and registration. And today I want to add two things that are going to be a default for the rest of the project, and that is actually projects. But first, before we add projects, I want to introduce the concept of simple tenancy. So if we are going to have multiple users using this system, I don't want tasks from one user to show up in a board of another user. So we're going to have to divide tasks based on the login user, which we are not doing right now. That will be step one. In step two, we'll see how much we can introduce the concept of projects, because I want to be able to have tasks that are related to a specific project and be able to switch between projects. And that is going to be really helpful. So I don't even remember what was the username that I used. Was it admin.example.com? I'm guessing password is password. Right, everything looking, well, that's looking kind of too white. I don't remember that being too white. But that's just because Vite dev server is not running. Well, let's fix that. There you go. Okay, so tenancy. Users are not going to be able to, just to set expectations from the beginning, I'm not planning on letting the users create their own teams or anything else. It's basically just tasks that belong to one user will not be seen by another. And each user will have multiple projects, and those projects also can only be seen by that user. So where do we begin here? I guess the simplest thing to do is just every task belonging to one user or having an owner. I don't know if we are going to do it on the task or if we should do it on the group. I guess both. I don't know if both sounds right. Let's see, because right now tasks belong to a group. So I guess it would make sense that groups belong to a user. We cannot have a task without having that task belonging to a group. So it's kind of repetitive to have the task belong to the owner, to the user as well. If we can just give the ownership of the group to the user, and whatever tasks that belong to that group will automatically, by transient, automatically all the tasks from that group belong to the user as well. So let's try that, see how it feels, and we can go from there. I guess we could start with testing. Let's see if there is something that we can do with testing just to prevent and make sure that everything works as expected. Let's go to tests, feature. Let's check out group test. Show all tasks from a group. Show tasks in order. I guess we could add another test to make sure that all the tasks from a group that belongs to the logged in user, or actually just create two groups, create two users, and the tasks from the logged in user will not show up will not show up basically. Let's see. Yes, we could start by just saying that group factory sequence, none of this will take into account the logged in user, or will they? Can I do acting as here? Actually I can, but not there. I have to, well, was this a thing, or am I just tripping? Let me go check, because I honestly don't remember. Testing a page, testing views, setting the authenticated user. Yes, I was correct. Let's actually copy this too. Except we don't need posts, but that's the same concept. And we will move this to a before each in a moment. I just want to see how it just make it work for the first test. Post, basically just one user. So that will be our acting user. And so when we create a group here, we need to also create this group for that user. So this group automatically belongs to this user that we just created. This will allow us to at least set the foundations for, group ownership. This is going to fail because there is no relationship between group and user as of now, but that'll, when we see the error, we'll go in and add that, and then for the rest of the tests, at least we have that already created. So user factory group, we create 3 tasks for that group, and then acting as that user, we test the group component and assert that we see task 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what we get. Start with the errors. Class user not found. Okay, missing an import here. Models user. Okay, now we have this call to undefined method app models group user, which means that we now need a foreign ID in the group for the user. Okay. Okay. Let's open create groups table. First of all, well, yeah, okay. Let's do this and then the method that is missing, which is the relationship. So we have sort name and let's go with table foreign ID for user. Let's import that. User class. I'm going with the default user ID for the column name in this case. No need to get too creative. Now let's go to the group. You know why I didn't complain about the column? It's because the order is first get the relationship and then the column name. So I guess that's fine. We go to the group model. Let's add public function tasks. No, sorry, user. This is a belongs to relationship, and we can return this belongs to user again. We don't need to import this. They are in the same place. So user class. Okay, let's run that again. Acting as not defined. Really? How come? How come you're not letting me use acting as if that's how you're telling me to use it in here? I have to use Livewire. It's very weird. All right, let's do it the pest way. But I don't like that. It seems so weird. Why are you... See, this is what I don't like sometimes about documentation. See, it's exactly the same thing, acting as. I'm doing the exact... No, I'm not. Can you spot the problem there? Huh? Can you see it? Oh boy, oh boy. All right, cool, cool, cool. Well, that only proves that I can see the group's tasks. It doesn't prove that I cannot see other users' group tasks. So that's the next test. Let's actually add it just below that one. Add one more. Didn't I have like a... Yeah, I added like a snippet for it because I use it a lot. So it only shows tasks from the current user. For the current user. For the logged in user. The log in user. All right, and then here let's actually grab pretty much everything from here. So we need a user, we need a group, we need the tasks. We're going to do this twice for a stranger, and then assert that we can only see, or maybe assert that we can not see let's do this. So yoink that, come down here and paste. We have one user. Actually, I think they're doing this here. So they create one user here, and they create a stranger with posts as well, and then acting as user, test show posts. Set of view post, function post, return count 3. Oh, this is very simple. We could do the same, to be honest. We should only get... Where are you getting these posts? There we go. Let's see. Yeah, let's try. Because right now the group, if we pass a group like this, is going to only grab the tasks for that group. So it wouldn't make sense. Oh no, it would. Let me try this. So I'm just going to create a stranger user factory create, right? And then I create a group that belongs to the original user, set the 3 tasks, and what happens if I go in as a stranger? Yes, I have to change the wording of the test, because what I'm trying to test here is that I cannot see the tasks from a group that does not belong to another user. Hi Bugar, how you doing? Hi, thank you for being here. So nice of you. I'm doing great. How are you? I hope you're having a great day today. I know I am. Thank you so much for being here. I'm feeling better, by the way. It was just a one day thing, and the Wednesday migraine. Honestly, I hadn't had an episode like that for I don't know how much, for how long. It's probably been like more than 5 years, I think. I used to have them pretty constantly when I was younger. Well, that's a lie. There was a time, I don't know why, that I used to have, it was like a 2-week period where I had like migraines like every day, like maybe twice a day. It was terrible, and just for 2 weeks. And then after that, I haven't had a migraine in like 5 years or so. And then yesterday, out of the blue, I think it was something that I ate, maybe, that can trigger it, or maybe being out in the sun too much. I don't know. Basically, at 6 o'clock, I just started seeing this little green spot right in the middle of my eyesight. Like if you, it's like when you stare at the sun for too long, that little spot that you get. But in my case, that stays there and it starts to grow and grow and grow. And when it gets to the outside of my peripheral vision, shit hits the fan and I'm just done. Like a headache for like 4 hours. But that's it. Once the headache is gone, I feel better and everything passes. And you didn't ask, but I just felt like sharing. Let's see. So as stranger. So yeah. So if I'm acting as a stranger and I request that group tasks, I should not see anything on the screen. We could also assert that we get like a 403 unauthorized. If we create a policy for it, it'll immediately show an error. We'll see. For me, definitely my gut. Always have to be careful with what I eat. Yeah, that sucks, man. Fortunately, well, I'm not careful with what I sometimes eat like. Well, I try to be careful not because of the headaches, because honestly, like I said, I forgot that I even had those. It's like really, really random. So when I eat, I can pretty much eat, like, I don't have allergies or anything that I know of. So I can eat like junk food and there's no problem. But yeah, it sucks when you actually have to look for what you eat. I don't know. Thankfully, I don't have that. But yeah, it sucks that you do. Maybe I'll get something like that. I mean, I'm not getting any younger, so my body is going to start passing me the bill at some point. Hopefully not, but you know, that's how life goes. Let's run this one. Okay, so it's complaining because I'm saying I cannot see. I should not be able to see this one, and it's showing up. So now we need to go in and make sure that we don't show groups or group tasks that don't belong to the logged user. Let's see, how do we do this? Oop. Um, So the group, the group has a sortable trait, right? And that sortable trait, let's examine that. So let's go back to the group model, and we added this sortable trait. And here we have the creating, and that's not okay. So we do, oh, maybe we can use the get sortable query, because this get sortable query, it's what defines what are, or where do we look for the tasks in this group. So either that, or we create a policy for the group. I think I like the policy better. Let's try with the policy first. So that way we make completely and absolutely sure that we only limit the ability to see the group if it belongs to the logged in user. Yeah, I think that's good. If I can remember how to create policies, it's been a while. What's going on here? Yeah, PHP artisan make policy. Let's call it group policy. Is there any specific flags that I needed for this? Maybe the model? Let me check. Creating policies. The make policy command will generate an empty policy class. If you would like to generate a class with example policy methods related to viewing, creating, updating, deleting, and deleting the resource, you may provide the model option when executing the command. That's what I want. -- model group. All right. Let's open the group policy class. I don't think view any or view any. Yes, because I'm going to be listing all of the groups in the board. So I do need the view any. Let's see. Well, I don't have the actual model here. Or maybe not. I only have the user available? How come? Here I have the group, so I can check the group with the user, and if they do match, fine. So I guess this is just, is this user able to show or list groups? Even, yeah, I don't, let's leave view any for now. And actually let's return true. Just for the moment. because that my understanding is that the logged in user can list any group. That includes the groups that belong to the user. So there is no limitation here because all users should be able to list groups. What I need to do is just limit, can this user view or list or view this group? So in this case, I think it's the view option, because I'm passing a specific group to the test or the component in this case. So let's return. This is a Boolean, so group user ID get key equals user get key. So if those two match, I already have the relationship between group and user. So if those two match, that means that the logged in user is the owner of this group and therefore can view it. I'm thinking we should do tasks as well. Let's see how it goes. Let me see if this prevents me from doing anything with the group first. And then we can move into more granular, because now I can see the group, but should I be able to see the group tasks? We can limit that if we create a policy for the task model specifically. I can do the view any, maybe. No. View any. I only have the user. Should be the view as well. It's gonna have to be a combination of both. I'm not entirely sure about this, but let's for now create. Can the user create models? Yes, he can. Return true. Can the user update groups? Only the ones that belong to the user. So it's basically this same line here. Yoink. And paste. Same thing with the delete. Can the user delete the model? Only if it belongs to what did I do? Hold on. I know how to do this. Copy and paste is such a pain in the ass in Vim motions. So it's shift double quotes 0p. There you go. So the user can delete the group. Restore, we don't have soft deletes. We can omit this one. Again, we don't have soft deletes. So force delete, we can also delete. So we only have delete, update, create, view, and view any. Let's see the results of this policy when we run the test again. Nothing happened. It's nice to have the policy, but I think in this context it's not going to do much. Now, let's do the task policy as well, see what happens. Abdul, how you doing, man? Thank you for being here. So nice to have you here. Abdul Majid. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a great day. So yeah, let's do the task policy, see if that does anything. And if we still have this, then we move on to the sortable query and see if we can modify that to just to work within the context of a logged in user. Good. I'm glad that you're doing good. All right, this will be a task policy for the model task. All right. Let's open task policy. Jesus. I have this let me see if I can show you. I have this thing. It's like the Apple version of Alexa. Sometimes out of nowhere, it thinks that I'm talking to it. So it just says, "What?" And it scared the head out of me. Maybe I should unplug it for now. Bye-bye. Like someone standing right behind you going like, "What?" Like, no, I'm not talking to you, man. I'm not talking to you. All right, so view any. This should be true. Now, whether or not I can see the specific task, that would depend on the task ownership of the tasks group. So if the task group belongs to the user, then yes, you can see the task. So let's return task group user get key equals user get key. We can create, yes, we should be able to create tasks. Update, that'll be this again. Delete, that'll be again 0p. There you go. And restore. I guess we can delete the last two methods. Again, no forced deletes. All right. Let's run the test again, see what happens. Run previous. Still failing because I'm still showing task number 1. So yeah, probably we are going to have to go into the query for the sortable. So the way that we did it for, what was it? Task? In tasks, in the task model, sorry, we're overriding the get sortable query because we are only looking for the tasks in that group, and this will be the group of things that we can sort. So why don't we, let's yoink this, go back to the group and let's paste that here. And now I'm looking for the groups that belong to the logged in user. Do we have a relationship? No, we don't. So first of all, this should be auth user groups, like so. So what this is basically doing is giving me a query builder, or should be giving me a query builder of the relationship between user and groups. That should be enough for me to scope the search of groups for only the logged in user. Now, I need this relationship though. So let's go to the user model. And we need a has many relationship down here. All right. If I run it again, what do we have? Call to a member function groups on no. That I don't like. So it's basically not giving me any user when I call auth. Has many through? I don't think that we need to use that right here. No, I do need the groups that belong. So the relationship should be the user has many groups. So I'm not looking for the tasks of the group. I'm actually looking for the groups for the user. So has many through. I don't think it applies here. But what I'm concerned about is why is auth user not giving me the logged in user? Yeah, no, we do. We have an ID. I actually updated the create groups table here. So we have a foreign ID for the user. So the groups have a user ID. And when I run the test, I'm actually creating the user, and then I create the group for that user. So the user ID should be there when the test is run. The problem is that the user is null. Check this out. If I go to, where was it? Group? Yeah. I'm expecting that to give me the logged in user, but apparently it's not. See? No. Let me think. Fillable? That could be. That sounds like a good idea. Let me check. No. And it shouldn't. I mean, relationships when using factories should be managed by Laravel. I'm not directly setting the value for the user ID. That's Laravel. Why do I not have the user available? Let me try something real quick. Go back to the test. I'm guessing this is what's not giving me the session, the user in the session. So what happens if I do acting as, but not the Livewire method, but the test method? Checking the database, I'll do, but I'm guessing it's this. Maybe not. All right, so after I create a group, how does the group looks in the database? Say what now? Oh, did I not delete? Hold on. I need to delete this. Where's my DD? Where's my database? Oh. What? Why are you is it happening before? It's happening before. Why is it happening before? Not even doing this, it's not even getting to this line at this point. Okay. Let me go back one step. Why was I doing this here? Oh my god. Okay, one sec. I think I was doing something in the wrong place. This is the task model. No, it's the group model. Okay, just one thing at a time. I just need to see that the user ID is set on the group. Where is my DD? Tasks on no, on group test. What? Why is this failing? This wasn't failing. Okay, it was. I needed to go one step back. Okay, so we are not overwriting anything. There it is. Okay, so yeah, user ID. It's right there. Problem is that this overriding, this trait thing is running probably before the session is getting instantiated for some reason. You call group instead model group. Yeah, yeah, you're right. So this part here is getting me null, which leads me to believe that I don't have sessions enabled for my tests, which also leads me to believe maybe it's something related to test. Maybe not. Session driver is an array. I kind of remember this being a problem some other place. I don't remember where. No. Grasping at straws here. Maybe Pest has something to say about this. Not what I'm looking for. All right, let's do this because I definitely have done this before. So if I remember correctly, what other project I was using tests with authenticated users, probably Pet Clinic. Or the more recent one was did the car project used authentication? I don't think it did. All right, let's check real quick the Pet Clinic project. Is this on mine? I think that's the case. That's the thing. I remember it was something with the best base test case or pest. In this case, it's the best, not the best, the base test case. You see that thing? Creates application. And that's basically the problem. That trait can't talk. That trait class creates an application for us. Without an application, we don't have authentication, we don't have session, we don't have anything. So if we try to use the auth or the authentication helper, there is no logged in user because there is no application to log into. So I'm guessing if I just copy this, and I think I can just close all of this. And paste it here. No. Sorry, it's like that. Create application. Can you not import that? Wait, is the base test case? Did this change? This might have changed. Yeah, I think this changed in Laravel 11 because it used to be a trait, but it seems like it is just part of the base test class. See, right here. Then why are you not creating my application? Setup, refresh application, tear down. It's so strange. Interacts with authentication. This is where I get the acting as. Acting as calls B, and B, he said user was recently created, false. See this app guard said user. Turn this. I'm getting stuck in things that should not get stuck in. This is not a thing, I'm sure. Oh, for crying out loud, dude. So I have an app. Why is it not logging in my user? I'm getting pissed. Hey Hamad, how you doing? Thank you for being here. It's not a good day. Unfortunately, I'm getting stuck in this weird scenario where I'm trying to run acting as in a Livewire test, but when it gets to the sortable trait, the user doesn't exist. So it's weird. Oh my god. What? So the user, maybe it's because I'm using the auth. So okay, so what happens if I just do that? User should be known. Okay, that I understand. So let's leave it on, delete this, go to the group model, enable this, and instead of using auth as a helper, let's do auth, but the facade. Are you going to complain? Mother of God. In which order is this running that the user does not get created for my test? Yet call function exists. I don't know what that is. But look at what's happening. The test here, I'm getting null, right? But that null is coming from the group model. I have another die and dump here for the same thing, but in my test. This will give me the logged in user after having using acting as, which means that the sortable trait get sortable query method is running before the user is logged in. So what happens if I go all the way to, maybe it's a, let me see. So if I go all the way to the top and I use before each, acting as, I have to create a user here. Okay, it's a matter of order. The trade is before I'm doing because I'm doing acting as after creating the group model, then the user has not logged in yet. If I do before each or even so, I just need to, in fact, let me comment this out real quick. Let's go back, down. All I need to do, I think, is just move this line before I create the group. So login as a stranger, create two users, login as the second one, create a group for the first one, and then acting as the second one, which is not the one that I want, run everything again. So out login user. No, it's not a matter of what method I'm using, it's in which order I'm using it, because I'm guessing the trait, the sortable trait that is assigned to the group model, it's kicking in the moment I create the group, which is in line 48. But I was using acting as after that. So by the time the sortable trait kicks in with the get sortable query method, there is no logged in user. But if I log in before creating the group, then there should be a logged in user. So I'm moving the acting as here, line 46, just before creating the group. Let me see if that works. Sorry. There is a model, there is a user. Remember, this function is running, I'm doing that dd die dump here in the get sortable query, which means that this is giving me a user now. So let's delete that, run the test again, and we're back to the original problem, which is good. We get past the null thing. Now I just need to figure out how to not show task number 1 when I pass a group that doesn't belong to the stranger. Okay. Progress. How do we do this? First of all, what am I getting back here? So if we go to the, what was it, board? I think it's board. Livewire component here. And I'm doing move to position. So this is where I try to sort everything. But this is not where I try to, oh yeah, I'm doing things in the wrong places. This is just where, this is just for when I try to sort groups, but not listing them. So the way that I'm listing them is here. So I'm just getting group in order get. So I'm guessing I need a global scope in the group model. So this is going to work when I try to sort groups, but not when I try to list those groups. Maybe not a global scope. Maybe I just have to go back. The simple way would be just to go back to the board, and instead of doing group order, I do auth user groups in order. Yeah, that's it. I can do auth because I know that works now. User, which is the logged in user, give me all of those, give me that user, sorry, this is a function, that user groups as a function. That'll be the relationship. So in that relationship, sort everything and then give me all of that users, all of the groups for that user. All right, that's that. It's still showing up. Why? That is so strange. What am I getting back from that query? Why is this not there you go. Let's do a DD and basically all of this. Now the user groups. What am I getting from that? Can't even see that? Why? Why? Because I'm in the group. I'm showing the tasks, not the groups. This is fine just for showing the groups, but now I'm trying to get all of the tasks from that group. So I'm in the wrong component. I should be in group component. So in group component, this group equals group. Then I have these group tasks. Maybe. Hold on. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm not validating the policy here. And I should. Registering policies, no. Manually registering, writing policies. Policy response, no. Customizing, no. Methods without models. Yes, users, policy filters, authorizing actions using policies. See, can or cannot. Let's see the same thing, but for Livewire. There's got to be an authorization somewhere here. Computed properties, session, files, log, pro request, building. Authorizing public properties. No. Using model properties. No. Setting the authenticated user. That's for testing. There it is. Authorize. We need to run authorize. I'm guessing where? In task or let's run it in mount. Mount? Let's try it in mount. No. Let's do it in the computed property. But that's gonna run every time I use that property, so maybe I don't like that. An app service provider? That'll be going way too deep. I think that's mixing gates and policies. No, look at this. Look at this. This is how the Livewire documentation tells me how to do it. I was just not reading it. See this line here, authorize? That's what makes the policy kick in. This will authorize if I can view, create, update, delete, anything. So I just need to call it. I just need to say, specifically say, can this user view this group by using authorize? And then the method on the policy. So I have to say this, authorize. What is the ability here? View. And then the parameter is the argument, which in this case is the group that I'm getting in as a parameter. Ta-da! Yeah, that was it. So now I am completely in the test only. It's only asking that the text of basically the task 1, 2, and 3 are not showing in the page. But what is actually happening is that when this component mounts, that authorize is going to fail if the user that is logged in is not the owner of the group that I'm trying to display. And that will in turn give me a 403 response. So it's going to give me an unauthorized response. And that's on Livewire level. Yeah. And for the, I guess I accidentally already covered the part where I can only see the groups that belong to the user, because I already did that in board here, thinking that that was the problem. But now I already have this part covered, because when I load the board, I'm only going to get the logged in user groups. In fact, do I have a board test somewhere? I think I do. Show all groups. Now we can try and test that we only show the groups for the current logged in user. In fact, let's first let me take a look at the group test first. I need to copy a few things here. Do I even need this here though? Yes, I need it for the trait. Okay. So it looks kind of weird that I'm doing acting as here and then acting as here as well, but they do serve different purposes. This one is for the application and the models and the traits while they're booting up. They need a user to be logged in. This one's specifically for the component. So I guess I just have to, let me go create this user here. The group factory, create 3 groups for that user. And then assert that I see do, doing, and done. This should still work. It works if you actually import the classes that you need. Okay, call to a member. And again, we are facing the exact same problem. And now we know how to solve it. We need to create a user, act as that user, and then when we create the groups for that user, we already need the user to be logged in. Unable to find component, app Livewire board. Move some things apparently. Yeah, I moved this to Kaban board, didn't I? Apparently I'm not using task anymore, or assert has database. All right, that's one thing. Now let's assert that we can only see the groups, or actually that we cannot see groups from a different user. So we create one user and we need a stranger now. Then acting as stranger. So all of the groups belong to user, but we are logged in as stranger. So we should not be able to see any group because that user doesn't have any groups. Assert don't see text. Right? Right. Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else before moving on. In fact, I think we have the foundations for simple tenancy, and I think we have simple tenancy covered. Let me just test. Make sure that I haven't broken anything. So we have groups. Let me refresh. Opa. Oh, of course. We need to rebuild the database. I think I have a seeder already. Let me update that seeder for the user. So that we have a user. Database, seeders, database seeder. So we are creating a simple user. Let's call it admin. I'm used to that. Helps me not forget. So we create an admin user. We create two groups. Now we need to assign those groups to that user. Actually, we need that user back. Oh my God. What are you doing? Oh God. User, just be normal. Can't you just be normal? There. We have that user. Now we need to create a user. Maybe we can do it here. Or user create. Then the tasks belong to the group. And I think we're good. Save this and let's do migrate fresh dash seed. We have an error. Call to a member function groups on no. Oh my God. We're gonna need a check on that, definitely. God almighty. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. You're right. We definitely need to add a check for the existence of a user that is logged in. That is in the board, so the group model here, I think. Yeah. Actually, let's do this here, there. That will basically stop the execution if auth user is null and return null in this case. If auth user is null, then give me null. If it's not, then give me the groups thing. Auth check. Well, that will be a good idea, and that will work if I actually needed to check for the logged in user. I just need to know if I just needed not to fail. So if auth user is null, just stop there, give me back null, because that's for the sortable part of the application. Unfortunately, that is running all the time, like it's in this life cycle process of creating the application, and sometimes there is not going to be an authenticated user. But in those cases, I don't need it. So just if it's null, stop there, give me null back. And I think that should be enough here. Maybe not. Okay, so this is null. So I have to add another check here. Yes. See, this thing is running on the booting sequence. So let's do a question mark over there. Because if this returns null, then this would be true, and this returns 0, but at that point I'm not really dealing with sorting anything at that point. So we should be good. This is in sortable trait. One more time. Okay, we have a database now. Let's go here, refresh. You have to log in again. Admin, add example. See, everything that has to deal with sorting and the sortable trait and everything else will work once we have logged in. But for testing purposes and for migrations, we need to basically set that to null and check for it. All right, we have two groups. Did I stop? Did it stop? Yes. vdet server stopped. There you go. So we have two groups. Can we sort groups still? Yes, and they stay the same. What? Okay, we're gonna have to solve this next week. It was working and now it's not. More problems, but that's fine. I mean, it's part of the process. When you introduce something new, something might break, you just have to deal with it and fix it. Fortunately, we have been running for an hour and 43 minutes already. I didn't think it was going to be this long, but such is life. So thank you all for being here so far. Appreciate you all. Thank you all for coming into this session, and of course, if any of this was helpful at all, just help me out with a like. And before I go, I do know, and it's on the back of my head, the fact that I haven't been able to respond to a lot of your comments in the past 2 weeks, and trust me, I see them all. I see them every day. I just haven't had a lot of time these past 2 weeks to do anything related to the Discord server or the comments, but I know they're there, and I'm going to try to allot maybe an hour or two in this coming days or this coming weekend to go through all of the comments and respond. I read them. I just haven't been able to properly respond, because I do not like just to respond with the off the cuff, not thinking about it comment. So if I'm going to respond to your comments, to your questions, I want to take the time to think about the answer and give you a proper answer, something that is going to be helpful and not just something that I pull out of my ass. So I will take the time to do it, maybe this weekend or throughout the week, maybe next week, but I know they're there. So thank you so much for all of your comments, and they will be replied soon. In the meantime, I'll see you next Wednesday, I hope, for the session that I couldn't do this past Wednesday. It's going to be something short regarding policies and Filament. As you can see, policies is kind of a tricky subject, so I do want to discuss and see how policies are enforced in Filament. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And as always, see you in the next one. Bye.